Classic Ura Nage last week. This week we're going to be doing an offensive Ura Nage, which is very much in the realm of sambo technique. The guys that started doing it in judo back in the 70s and 80s were basically sambo guys put in a judo gi. So they basically just did sambo without the leg locks and did really well at it. So these are the throws that will get you called a brute, or that you're on steroids, or that it's a strength move, or all that other crap. But I can tell you, as somebody who's been a light middleweight almost all my career, I can do this on bigger guys, and it's because it's using technique, not strength. Okay, so just because you're lifting a guy off the ground doesn't mean that there isn't strength behind it. Okay, everybody in this room could probably squat their body weight or pretty close to it. All right, it's a lot easier to squat a guy when you've got all the way around him than it is across your shoulders. Okay, and that's the principle of this throw basically. Squat down, body lock, lift. Okay, use your legs, use your butt. There you go, pretty simple. All right, now the ways in which this is going to differentiate between doing it as a counter throw is you have to initiate the action, and you have to be willing to use more of your legs, okay? Because you're probably not going to get that perfect grip like we would before. Before, you feel him coming in, you keep your lapel grip, and you just kind of squat until he comes in, grab the hip, take him over, right? Here, you're actually going to get an offensive grip, and when you come around, you basically grab what you can, and then you use the leg lifting action and the twist of your hips to throw him with it, all right? All right, so I'm going to do this on Jeff. Okay, so I start with the grip, okay? Where guys usually get in trouble with this is they want to move in and then grip. Okay, that's going to jack you up a little bit because you'll end up finding that you end up having to go with a body lock, and it's hard to finish well with a body lock. You can be done, but it's a lot easier when you got the grip. So start with your grip, okay? And as soon as I get that grip, I'm going to step past his foot and just kind of lock my hips into him like a T, okay? So curl around and grab that hip, okay? If I'm lucky, I got underneath his armpit. Usually what ends up happening is he's got a grip there anyways, so I come around and I get right about here. I'll grab this, or I'll get him right around the waist, okay? So, got the grip, come around. As soon as I get this, I'm going to lift and then turn my head sideways. It's going to be a sideways finish instead of a back finish, and that's another big difference.
Now guys, it's really important what Derrick did around there. Look at his head in Jeff's right shoulder. He really controls it right there. That's what Rene Pomerelli used to say, using your third arm or your third arm. That's the head right there in that shoulder. Now notice that, the top end. Now look at his left hand, tight waisting, what we call a tight waist, very strongly around the waist. That traps Jeff's body. He is stuck there.
If he tries to turn out, I can suck him back in. See?
And now he's kind of ready to be tossed.
So when I toss, I use my legs first. I just try and stand up straight and put my hips in. And as soon as I feel his legs go up, I turn my face and try and look at the mat.
It's almost, your legs are almost like you're sitting down in a chair.
Yeah.
And we often call this the chair throw. Ura Nage in the Japanese terminology means rear throw, and often we call this the chair throw in sambo. That's the name. I have no clue how to say that in Russian. I don't speak Russian at all, but that's what it's often called in sambo.
So I've always said, you know, to you guys, there's Russian names for all this. I can't pronounce them, and they usually don't end up making a lot of sense. So I like the Japanese versions because they're usually pretty descriptive, or I'll just give you our club name for it.
We always call this the buck.
Yeah, the buck.
Because all the guys couldn't figure out how to say Ura Nage, so they just call it the buck because you're kind of bucking him up and over.
Right, and that is a very big clue right there, is you're bucking the guy up. You're not lifting the guy up. You're bucking him up with your hips, and then you just have to turn your head and put him down. Okay?
So do it, flow right in. Show you, it's a very aggressive. This is one of the basic throws of sambo, actually. And that's why a lot of people say, "Oh, we're brutes. We're all on steroids." No, that's pure technique being done there, guys.
Yeah.
And that's a very good technique, too. Okay.
All right, let's do it.